is. Okay, was it just that it's sitting? It's just sitting here, I think. Hard to know, hard to know. Okay, we're on. And chat. Alrighty. Yeah, I'm looking. Well, OBS is going through. Is this a restream? No, we're good. Alright, hey everybody. I'm Rob the Builder. Can we build it? Yes, we can. Now, today, we got a few things to do. Yes, we do. We do. Oh, I'm going to stop there. Now, we're working on 4 kits today. There's not that much to work on most of them in actuality. There's a couple of bits and bobs to do on everything, but hey, what you gonna do? And if we run out of time, maybe we'll look at other things. I have some new toys to show off. I do. Pretty keen to do that actually. But I'll only do that if we get a few chatters around to have a bit of a look, see what I wish to show off. So, to that end, so I just had a stray file that I put away properly. Now, what we're going to do, first I'm going to flick this light on. Actually, no. First, that's what I'm doing first. Now, put the light on. It's back and around. How the hell did I get that camera angle? What the hell is going on? Oh, no. I had to turn around 180 degrees the wrong way. That is funny. Sorry, guys. All right, now you can see what we're going to be working on now. Here we go. First things first. I haven't actually glued those parts in, and I was going to do that yesterday, but I'm kind of glad I didn't because of a couple of things. Most notably, I want to get this in as a drive shaft. I also want to get this in to look at it like it's a joiner thing between the 2 blocks. This is going to require, both of those are going to require a bit of adaptation, and are also best done before I put the blocks in. Also want to get some manifolds on. Now this is the stag hound, obviously. So, sprue cutters. I also, I want to trim this down a bit, I reckon, to about... It's actually quite long, as you can see. Oh no, actually... Oh, get in that way. First, let us get a pair of tweezers. Let's see how that all pans out, shall we? Tweezer. I had them in a bit a while ago. Doing some other bits and bobs. Here we go. So, if, hypothetically, I could glue one, wanted it just... Oh, look at that. Can I get that further forward? What I would probably then look at doing with this piece, probably zoom in just a little. You can see that that's where I'm going to put the drive shaft. There. Let's just see if I can. That's the piece that's going to be viewed as the drive shaft. Then I could possibly. That'll work if I can. I'm probably going to knock that off. That's okay. I can just get it out. then I would probably, I am going to need to trim that a wee bit. It's fine. Otherwise I run out of space, but the idea will be that then I'll run this off the back. Make it look like those two blocks there are joined. You can't see the 3 blocks I'm talking about. I have 2 of these. So I've got another exhaust manifold on each of them. Anyway, so if we're going to trim that, I would say more is better. So we'll go back to our original point of, yeah. Yeah, a little. Get a view of what I'm actually trying to do here. Now, go in that way. I reckon best, actually that's probably the better side. I think it's quite stable on that side. Okay, hang on. There, okay, we'll go that side. So, what we will then do is hit that with a bit of glue, put that in position and let that dry. Then we will get the exhaust manifolds on the other 2 parts. So I wouldn't mind checking first. What was that? Very stable. I did think I was going to have to wedge the engine part block there with a panel, but it's sitting quite nicely at the moment, so I'm pretty happy with that. Excuse me a brief moment. Now then, so that's probably the easier way to identify. It was just to leave it on there. We build up here. Now, let's get that glue moving, shall we? Put it on anything. We're in good form. It's happy. Be happy. Joy, joy. Now, right in the middle. Straight. Just more. There we go. So, now we have a little drive shaft. This little area here. When that dries, we're going to put the rear part in, being out, being that. That's going to go on the back of that. That's going to be our little joiner. There are 2 blocks. That's the theory. I'll probably measure that out somewhat. Well, if it gets in the way, I can always give it a bit of a trim. But you can't see it very clearly there. Give me a moment. This little bit here is what we're going to use as our joiner. Put that up there for the time being. Got the lid off the glue for a moment. Now, put him out. Alrighty. Now, Next, now what are my serene operation? Jolly room. Actually, I reckon I've got more to do. What I'm looking for is a. Oh, I don't know, just blue tack. There we go. Actually, I just realised I probably made myself a bit harder than probably not the best angle to do it at. Maybe. There we go. That angle. Oh. Right, they all sit. Sit. Now, manifolds. Where did I put them? Where did I put them? There. Blocks. Alright, it doesn't really too much side. We will go. That one. West. Tweezers would be. Oh, we'll need to get more glue. That's fine. All right. That'll be that one on. Something on my lap unknowingly, and something dropped off of it. No idea. I think it was just a piece of tape or something. Doesn't really matter. Now, let's get this other block done. Then we can let all of that dry. Then we can get to other bits and bobs. Once we've got the engine bay done, I'm going to move on to the cabin. Got a few bits of the cabin done. Here's some chairs. We got that's going to become the dais that the commander stands on. That's the lockers. You got bits. You do. Now, topic of bits. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Done. And we can let them dry. Along with the rest of the engine as it stands. Actually, you didn't get much of a view there, did you? At the end of the day, so yeah, we've got manifolds on both sides, which is what you should, of course, have on an engine. Boom. Now, next, on there all drying, we now need to do some prepping up on our Halifax and Lancaster. Now, what that's going to be is I want to get the black on the fuselage. So, we'll start with the Halifax. Here's the Halifax. Well, it's as zoomed out as it gets, isn't it? All right. Now, assembly sheets. Shouldn't I, so I can find out exactly where that line goes. Aha, I found them. In fact, while I'm here, all right. Next, our agenda. Where does the line black go on the Halifax? We shall soon find out. Right. So what we're looking at, it is mostly a straight line, mostly. Apart from, I'll zoom in a bit. You'll see here at that point there, it curves down. That's fine. And up here, may be well served to, I know that curves up to a straight line across. Okay. A little curious. Interesting. Okay. Curves up from. It's actually quite a deep line by the looks. Oh no. Across far up to that. Only up to there. Okay, it's not far that it goes curves up, so I can probably even do that. Freehand, it's not a big trick. Alright. This instance, I think. Ah, Mr. Minpins, how are you doing, buddy? I've put the aluminium coats on the Lancaster and the Halifax fuselage, and I'm going to be masking them up so I can do the black. It's blurry. It shouldn't be now. Is that better? There we go. Okay, yeah, anyway, I've put the aluminium coats on. I'm going to prep up so that I can get the black fuselage coat done underneath. My theory is that because there's a black area that goes across the wing line there, there's a gap between camouflage, then goes black on the fuselage, and then camouflage. If I get all the black out the way, I may well make my life a lot easier. That is my theory. Yeah, with close up, what I've got to do, I can even illustrate the point. Here's some chairs I did on the stack, and yeah, and you can see how that's really blurry. But I've discovered that if I go and just tap my screen, ha ha! Yeah, anyway, there's some stack arm chairs for you. Boom. Now, of course, when I moved that, having focused it to that, it's really made everything else blurry, but then I go, boom. Ta-da! I learned me something I have. Now, most of this should be a fairly straightforward operation. I also, along the way, I'll quickly show you, these are the upper wings of the Halifax, and I've got the aluminium done on that as well. Again, it's going to make overall assembly easier, I believe. So yeah, so yes, there we have it. Did you see the how I'm going along with the engine at the moment? Is off the stack, and I'll show you that quickly just in case. I've just glued in the I've got my block here, air filter. That's the I'm going to use that as the drive shaft. I've got a bit that I'm going to use to connect the two blocks when I finally put them in, and that will be this little piece here. So that's the engine coming along quite nicely, I think. Now, anyway, tape. Tape. Where to put it all? Not there. Dearie me. Most unlike me to be able to not know who my tape is. What goes on, eh? Although I've been doing a lot of masking lately. Hang on a minute. Where the hell would I put it? Is it over there? Ah, found it. Here's the bit I'm looking for. Now, I may even... Let me just... Okay. First things first. That will be... Oh. Scissors is the next salient point. Okay. So, delete. I also got a fair bit done on the Spitfire. Got a few tidy ups to do, but we can set that up for the last bit of airbrushing. We started today. We should have it finished within a week, I'd expect. Yeah. rotate off you particularly as I only want to make sure I get all the black on. Righty. That's a good solid start to proceedings. Alright, now, let's see why it does this. There's a little curve up that it does. It does that because then it goes into line with the wing panels. All makes perfect sense. Now, need to go a little further with that on this end, but we'll worry about that in a minute. So, we've got a fairly good solid line there. Couple of little bits I can make it a bit tidier. Wait. Hand cramp. Hand cramp. That bad timing. Now. So, I need a short bit. Then we'll go. Let's get this bit. There we go. Now, a little touch here. And okay. Very good. Okay, so what I might do is this other side. I've chewing through this lately, but that's okay. Anyway, how are you travelling, Minpins? You've had a bit of an upsetting experience of late, and yeah, then there's your general health. Oh, Yeah, understandable. Always a bit harsh when these things happen. Hey, oh. Because of that bit of tape, which I can actually get rid of to a point. Hang on. Got this coming into position. Don't. So I'm not overly aggressive. There. So right there. There's um. First things first. Let's just fold that over. Pretty solid. It's not gonna. Alrighty. Yeah, right. So I'll curve up to there. Believe it is about this. There's a line there, so it goes from there to there. But I'm gonna do that freehand. Won't be too hard. Seal that off. Oop. Yeah, look. I don't know if it ever would get easier to deal with. I'm told, do not, I can't obviously speak from experience on this next statement, but I have reason to believe that for vets, it's an actual thing that's an issue for them that they, when they have to break it to owners on a regular basis, that, well, sorry, here's how it is. These are your options, and the options aren't good. And let's face it, you're losing family when you lose a pet. Anybody who doesn't understand that doesn't understand the whole thing, you know. And that's yeah. So you're not finding it easy to deal with it is perfectly understandable, and I don't think it ever will get easier, mate. These are realities. Sorry to say. Or probably realities. I don't know. Not that wise. Yeah, so that one's the. Now I should probably do myself a favour and reseal those little areas there. Hey, I'll use blue tack for that. Right. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. It's a pretty fair analogy. Yeah. When I left my ex, I lost my, well, access to a stepdaughter and indeed access to two dogs. And yeah, that was the loss of access to the dogs was as harrowing as loss to the access to the stepdaughter. So yeah. Oh, no, something different here. Oh no. Or is there? It just looks that way to me. Maybe. Just a little bit. Yeah, I need another bit there. Yeah, there's what I've done. Slightly wrong. And correct. Okay. Yeah. What I'm going to do, I reckon, I'll be sticking it that way on the um yes. I'll get full access to all the areas I want black. Give that another spray there just to tidy it up a little bit. First, get a little bit of blue tack, and we're gonna actually no. First, I'm gonna get a bit of tape there. We'll go for a thinner bit of tape. I think I located it, and I have located it. Yeah. Depending how we go for time, we don't actually have to be anywhere today, happily. But of course, there does come a certain point where there are things I should do away, do various domestic tasks as you do. Yeah, well, it might well be, buddy. Um, we'll see how we go as far as obviously. Hey, I've got a new toy to show you. I'm a bit excited about it, as you can hear. Um, Once I've got this masked up, I'm going to go and show you a new toy I have and what I intend to do with it. Take that out of context at your own peril. Yeah. If I said it more of a mincing sort of a voice, I've got a new toy. I'll show you what I'm going to do with it. Sorry, couldn't help myself. Uh, yeah. Anything. Let's get it right the first time. I prefer to do that. There we go. This side. Well, yeah, hey, the trying to decide what my protest might be. Is that oh, here we go. The canvas is going to have to continue to really pull this one off. What is it? A little bit too real for you, sweetie? Oh, oh dear, don't mind me. Uh, oh dear. Yeah, let's just do that by that side. Finish that off with a bit of tape. And then I think we're good to go on this one, pretty much. Sweet. Another bit of tape onto part of that. Now, this one with my very quick squeeze that. Now, here we go. So that is all masked up for our black. There we go. To be happy with the stability of that. Maybe widen that out a bit. Maybe get some fresh bluey on that. That's not really sticky. So it's not really going to happen now, is it? Need some more blue tack. Again, unsurprising. Like I don't. I was talking to a couple of people at hobby stores at a hobby store yesterday. We were discussing the number of household items that are just outstanding for modelling. Toothpicks, blue tack, paper towel, cotton buds. There we go. That's quite stable now. Pretty happy with that. Now, new toy to show off is the dealio here. For a moment. Now, here we go. I haven't even got it out of the box, or them out of the box. It's the them thing. Whilst I'm upright, I'm going to turn the here again. Aircon off because it's getting quite warm. The weather's pretty shitty here in Adelaide at the moment, but indeed that's why I've got the heater on. But the heater's not entirely ineffective, I must say, which is no bad thing. I'm sure you'd agree for those who are utilising such a device, and I am. Now, Now then. Here is my new toy, mini saw blades. This is what I needed when I was going to make my incisions on the cockpit. They went horribly wrong. Because, in fact, we'll open these up now, shall we? I think we shall. Can I open it here? Yes, I can. Oh, that's nice. They actually come out very easily. Now, oh, yeah, baby. This is the stuff. Now, they are 0.24 of a mil thick, which, as you can gather, is a whole lot thinner than this motherfucker. Now, you can get a lot more accuracy. That is sexy now that I feel them. Oh, yeah. If I should do that voice properly. Oh, yeah. Oh, what a sexy blade. Oh, yeah. Now, the reason I got these, although apparently they are also the go for getting photo etch parts off their relevant bits. So this. Now, the deal is this, man, and I might have explained this to you before. Here we have our Hawker Tempest. Hang on. Now, here's the Hawker Tempest. Now, the Tempest is the upgrade of the Typhoon. The Typhoon kit came with these funky little gun bays. The Tempest does not. Sad face. Except I needed to get a Typhoon kit, because when I was building the Typhoon, I actually lost one of the wheel stands. Yeah, again, nice one, big boy. Now, so that gave me these spare. What to do, one asks. I think you see what's going to happen here. And the issue, and the main reason I need these and cannot go with exactly the same approach as one would in the Typhoon kit, is because and I'll show you this using the Tempest wing. Give me a moment. Now, the difference, and this is where those saws will come into play, is that, now where's that wing? Here's the wing that we're looking for. I had a sudden flash of Star Wars. Here is the wing you're looking for. There we go. Now, but there's a distinct difference in the actual wing itself. It's this. I've got all of that out. Zoom out a bit. Now, on the, what the hell is that? I'm gonna wash it anyway, but the blemish in the plastic will be covered by something. Worst case scenario, weathering. Okay, here's our situation, man. Now, on the Typhoon, the gun bays were up here. And the panels were set there. In the Tempest, the gun bays are actually down here. And where on the Typhoon they was like in a straight line, the Tempest is one there, one there. Which is a wee bit tricksy. Now, to that end, whilst I can get the bits of wing out of the way, but the issue we have then is as follows. So, we've got our gun bays. One, pretty easily and obviously, would go, for example, there. But the other one, you need to actually, I've concluded, we're going to have to actually turn it around. So that side will go onto there. There. That side goes onto there. Oh, no, sorry. That goes to there. The opposite side needs to go to there, because otherwise it's going to be too wide. Can't go to like that. Doesn't happen. That's not the way the belts feed from that side to that side. Obviously, the solution is to get a saw straight down the middle here, make my calculations as required, and away I go. Hence, my new toys. Now, I'm pretty keen to use these on a number of things, up to and including trimming down or breaking down cockpits, as I did with the previous. This potentially would make a lot of that a lot easier, because as you can see, you just trim them off, put them into your craft knife, and away you go. As to whether I'd utilise this one, or I don't know. Be that as it may, I'm inclined to think I'd probably need to use the base for my scalpels. But these are my new toys. There you go. And that's what's going to happen. So, because the Tempest I'm looking at doing is the next single-engined aircraft, because then, whilst I'm building that, I'm going to get a Holden fold, and therein I will hopefully, well, no, then after that I'll build a Hurricane Mark II, because I have one, and that's that's got photo etch. But then, you see, once I've done the Mark II, I'll have Hurricane Mark I, Hurricane Mark II, Typhoon, and Tempest, the whole evolution. Giggity. The only question I have in my mind is whether or not I'm going to sorry, I got distracted for a moment there. Going to go and actually get a Eurofighter Typhoon, because then I'd have Mark I, Mark II, Typhoon, Tempest, Eurofighter Typhoon. Now, if there's some kind of, if it's a, I'll have to think about that one. I'll have to think about it. These are the things. But there's my plan, man. Now, my next plan is to have a very quick break. I will be back very shortly, and what we're going to do first is we're going to put a that joiner of this into position. So I'd like to get the engine bay completed today. I really would. That would make me pretty chipper. And the aim of the game then would be to get the cabin completed. I like the way the engine's looking at the moment. Oh wait, actually, once the engine's fully in position, we want to get a bit of oil and grime on that sucker. Get the picture. And once we've got that done, we will prep up the Lanc. And then we've got a little bit of Spitfire work to do, so we'll get that in operation. And then a few other things, in fact. We'll see how we go. But in the meantime, I'll be back shortly, buddy. Alrighty, now I guess what we should consider back and this is how much space give it to guess. Oops, a daisy. Oh, no, open your own course. What I'll need to do, I reckon. This is where it was actually obviously supposed to go into the actual kit. It's, you can't see what I'm waffling about. Hang on. These little, hang on. Oh, you little, get out. There we go. Now there's those little studs. They're going to get in the way of me putting that nice and flat the surface as I wish to. It's a pretty easy and obvious solution. It doesn't shatter the peak. All right. I'm having a lot of luck with this at the moment, am I, mate? Never mind. Let's see. It will do it. Okay. Now my concern at that point becomes, will it get in the way? Okay, here we go. If you look in, I'll zoom you in a bit. You'll probably notice there's a bracket that extends past a point there that I should probably trim. Everything else on that plan is sound. But I reckon that'll get in the way of the block when I try to put it in. So I'm going to get rid of that now. I don't want to get rid of the whole bracket part of it. Yes, the way to do this. Further. Alrighty. Now. Somebody contact me on Instagram message. Really reply. Surprised that I can't see that I'm actually streaming to Instagram. If they can, they are. That's how the Once it comes in, no, it doesn't seem to come on my chats. Guess I can say that I'm fine. Rather busy at the moment. But maybe. Oh. There. I should have zoomed in for that, but I can show you the final result. I think it's quite nice. There's a little connecting bit that's going to be in position for when we put the blocks in. We don't have like two blocks and a thing in isolation. We've got something that looks like they're joining them. That's the idea. A little drive shaft and all the rest. Dry. Zoom out. Now, that's going to look cool when it's finished. Sweet. I'm looking forward to setting up the cabin too. Now, anyway, getting back to our other bits and bobs. Lancaster time. This will probably be a wee bit easy, I think, maybe. Excuse me while I have a mouthful of coffee. Based on how long it took me to mask up the Halifax, I'd be thinking that by the time I get the Lanc done, it will be possible to consider putting the engine blocks in the engine bay. Thus, at least putting all the parts in. As a quick little aside before I get started. So these are the things. Now, what we need next, good people, or indeed bad people that are only watching, just putting that out there, is this. Here we go. Where's our line? Now that's convenient. It's just one almost completely straight line. All the way. Ooh, convenience. Now, let me just check something on that. Oops. Still have that sealed. Oh, really close to go. Fact does Alrighty, now almost ready. Like I said, this should be a fairly straightforward one. I might tidy up those tail bits a little bit, but I don't know. Might give a shit as well. A couple of little tidies. then we shall get that taping happening. I'm unlikely to ever actually do one whilst I'm actually airbrushing, and that's because I airbrush out in my shed, and that's why it's one of those things of, like, for example, if you hang on a moment, it's pretty sound. Whatever else we can just touch up, Not doing my own head in if I go too far with this shit. Maybe Rob knows this to be true. Just That's why, for example, I didn't live stream that getting that done. Now, yeah, I'm pretty happy with that overall. Looks a bit not quite sure what the right adjective is, but it'll be broken up a bit, of course, because we've got to put a stripe there. And there's the insignia and all the rest of it. But yeah, I would like to do a video of airbrush cleaning, because I think there's a lot to that a lot of people might well, if they're new to the whole airbrushing thing, might benefit from understanding. I mean, I love airbrushing, but it's a fiddly operation at times and will do your head in the wrong time and place. That much I can confirm. Like big butts, You like them and you can't deny, but cleaning them. And I hear some dudes say, "Oh yeah, I just run thinner through mine." Yeah, really? I run thinner through mine, and I can confirm there will definitely, unquestionably, still be quite a shitload of paint into the thing. And there's a whole thing about there are, and I've watched them, and uh, yeah, I don't know. Some of them I found actual personal trial and error a better teacher than anything else, to be honest. Because there were something I can do here, by the way, just to make my life a little easier on the masking front. Get that out. Yeah. Anyway, I found it because some people will say, "Oh, you just run thinner." You see them do it. They just run thinner through it. Brush is clean. And I don't know, am I doing something wrong? I've never had that kind of a roll with it. I've seen, I mean, okay, if you're running acrylic here, you can just run water through it. Yeah, no worries. Good on you. But that's a different sort of a game to when you're rolling lacquers. It's a very different operation. Airbrush, I mean, I could do a video of airbrushing and then upload that. I do need to do a lot of uploading on YouTube because I'm failing to do that. That's probably something that we're being quite neglectful in a sense. Excuse me a moment whilst I line this up. However, yeah, very clumsy. Why don't I? Here we go. Down. Yeah. No, it doesn't. Dingus. Other fucking side. Asking the black side your number. Okay. Slowly but surely. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, you're right about the easiest way to clean an airbrush. Got that on the money. God damn, kilogram. Yeah, look, you can, but it depends how much you. If, yeah, no, just not the way I roll. Or at least I would not have enough faith in maintaining consistency of colour and all the rest of it. That's me, obviously. Works for him, good on him. I've be curious to find out what paint he uses then. Speaking for myself, I've never had that kind of easy interaction, shall we say, with cleaning an airbrush. Um, the yeah, I think the best way I can summate um, my experience with cleaning airbrushes is to get a little bit Python-esque. And the phrase I'm looking at Bandy about is crucifixion. Yes. Door on the left, one cross each. Yeah, you better believe that's what's going on with it, with an airbrush cleaning situation. You might be airbrushing for 10 minutes. Yeah, great. You got half an hour of fucking cleaning. Um, I don't mind that, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't use an airbrush. But to me, yeah, I wonder if it's okay. I mean, to me, are good, and just about any of their products I've used, I've been very impressed with. Um, Most notably their 109 kit, to be honest. That was what he's seeing here is my hand. Bishop said to the choir boy. Yeah. One shot. Fantastic. Yeah, it's I don't know. I when I just use my airbrush, I fully disassemble it. And I will trot out the brushes on everything, give it a thorough clean, and yeah, look, excessive? I don't know. Unnecessary? I don't think so, because every time I, like, say, get a cotton wool button, wipe that apart, even having run thinner through, bam, there's shit on there, man. And yeah, at that point, you know, for me, we're talking, that's where just no, 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 chopper. I wouldn't understand that reference. That's with reference to a guy named Chopper Reed. There was a movie about him. He was a standover man in Sydney back in the day. Not Sydney, Melbourne, rather. One of the lines out of the movies. No, there's no money here, Chopper. Chopper disagrees, but we leave that discussion there. You know, Chopper! Yeah, look, it's thoroughness on the clean is a good thing. Chopper Reed, yeah, look. One thing I'll say for Chop, um, he was aware of his failings as a person. He knew what he was, and he made no bones about that. And to a point, I can respect that. And the reason I make mention of that is um, he the famous story where he'd appeared on a TV show, been off pretty much off his chops. Chopper Reed, what do you want? Um, and anyway, because he's got a little graphic in detail about putting some dude in a cement mixer, as you do, he was a crack up in many ways. But yeah, he's this guy named Alan Jones, who's a right wing commentator and shock jock in Australia, and an absolute hypocrite on many levels, as so many of them are. Has gone on TV bagging Chopper out, and rah, rah, rah. And Chopper's actually gotten on the phone. And Alan Jones has said his piece. And Chopper chirps out with, yeah, all I'm saying, Alan, is that people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. There. Oh, well, this is not about the people in glass houses, rah, rah, rah. Reply, yeah, well, it wasn't me who got caught in public toilets in London, now was it? Long and the short of it, Alan Jones had been busted on not just one but two counts of public indecency in public toilets in London, and Chopper chose this opportunity to remind him. The camera's gone straight off of Alan Jones. He's apparently never gone back on the show, and it was never talked about again. Yeah, nailed hard. But yeah, he never made any bones about what he was. He knew what he was. And in his defense, his part of his thing was that he didn't like what he called middle class criminals, dudes who had money to begin with and then turned to crime, because he didn't see why you'd do that. To him, he and his mates did crime because they had no other way of making money. You got to be saying, well, that's a fair call, man. Yeah, that that effort on Alan Jones, to me, absolutely fucking legendary. Alan Jones is a dick. He's a thoroughly nasty man, actually. Like most right-wing shock jocks. What can I say? Now we're doing real well on getting stuff done front. Um, so what this will mean is that once I get the, because I'll get the black on today, on the Lake and the Halifax, and we'll be get stuck into wings and things. Yes, you will. Yes, yeah. Yeah, there's another piece of work, eh, man? God damn. You gotta wonder what goes on with those sorts of people, man. Um, yeah, I mean, let's face it, some of the shit that some people do is straight out evil. Jimmy Savile can certainly fall into that category quite happily. Now, might as well put this the same way up. This little plug that I. Yeah, there's any number of people who I can think of who Chop would have had a lot of fun with. Actually, I think you'll find any suitably, what's the word I'm looking for? Probably say credentialed individual put inside will get a bit of a comeuppance at the suitable opportunity. I believe the way it rolls out is a couple of guards will say in front of somebody, gee, I should go and lock that door at some stage, shouldn't I? And another guard will say, yeah, I guess you probably should. And a couple of people will walk off. Who knows what happens? I think that'll do us. That's pretty stable. Happy with that. Next. All right. I yeah. I was going to say, depending on the nature of what kind of crime is being committed and why the said crime is being committed, I may or may not have that big an issue with it per se, as long as various things, you know. But yeah, when you're talking about kitty fiddling, rape, and all that sort of shit, that's where people like Chopper come in handy. They will soon know the error of their way. Approach the right way, they may even do what should be deemed a public fucking service. Boom. That's where their one's gonna go. Oop, need a bit of better camera angle. One there. I'm gonna do this right now, I reckon. I'm feeling a bit good about this, man. I'm gonna check the other one first. And then we've got this one. Need to make sure. Alright. Oh, that is gonna look cool, man. So cool. Let's get that in position, shall we? Feeling really good about that engine, actually. I really am. That looks good. And given that that was not what came with and all the rest, that's a bit chipper and chirpy, that is. Right. About given how well they were both fitted in their little spots there, we're going to make that right. Left. Alrighty. Now, shot of coffee to settle the nerves. That's contradictory. Fuck. Yeah, I don't think coffee's meant to settle nerves. Excuse me a moment while we get that anyway. Alrighty. Right, let's do it. Block 1. That looks good. Now, once I get the other bit in, then put some oil and soot weathering on that, and that will look shit hot. Very happy. Let's get this other one in. Ooh. It was so cooperative, I didn't know. Yeah, problem. Choose to recruit. Have you now, bitches? Think. We're looking pretty sound, man. I'm happy with that. Maybe be a little. Pretty sound. Do it to yourself. Oh, I think I might want to start this from scratch. Not from scratch, but here we go. Here's where our issues really lie. Let's cut to the chase, shall we? You. I reckon I can do all of this in one fell swoop, and I'm gonna. You get out of it. You. Yummy. That's by golly by gosh, zoom out. Let's see. Yummy. Get off of my. Right. Let's get back to it. Towel. Will. Do. Bam. That's better. Oh, you can't quite see what it. Well, looking much nicer. Now we can do a bit of tidy up action on that, but overall, I'm very happy with it as an engine look. Yeah, much more. Before I had one at a slight angle and shit like that, and now they're both stable and looking nice and pretty. I'm generally pretty happy with that. It's got a nice little drive shaft and a joining thing, and be happy with that, and we can let that dry. Excellent. Zoom out all the way. Now, next. Well, they're doing very well, actually. So, next on there, it's actually first thing I'm going to do next is to get these away because I've also got the decal sheet in here. So I'm sort of keeping that under some boxes to ensure they stay flat. Spitfire. Yeah, okay, so next. Now this is a pretty easy operation because there's a stripe that goes around. As you will see. So, there. Now, we have a line to roll. Further to which can we define specifically? It doesn't give a second. Just check something. Ooh, oh, that's a bit unkind. really close to the right width just in that diagram, but as you look closely, you can see the diagram's just a shade. Actually, on that case, just a shade. Obviously, I could just go a bit thicker. One wonders. That one will do it for us. One fell swoop. Actually, wait, that's the width I want, not the. But on that, the other end. Here we go. So that would mean that, let's say about a centimetre. Go. There's a line just in front. Okay, I see it starts there and goes straight up there. About a centimetre we're talking. So that's it's going to need a bit of a fairly thin piece to start off with. Now along with this, we need the propeller rotor. Not rotor cover, rotor cover. Covered. So, anyway, we'll get onto that. Well, not covered, but we need to paint that, and I also need to, therefore, what tape do we have here? Yeah. Oh, yeah, really sound one to roll with. Mark out the point there before masking off the other bits. So, right. Actually, here's how I should have done it. That's a right angle. Oh, with the voice challenges. That's where I want to be. Oh, fuck off, Ski. That's a bit annoying. I can just put that back on forward paint. Bit of tweezer action. That's there. Toothpick. Oops. Sorry, man. Yeah, the wind's starting to kick up a bit. I don't want there. Now, alright. Oh. I'll mask the other side off. Then I'll re-glue that bit of tail. That sounds funny. Although there's nothing to say I can't leave it off. Do that bit of painting, and therefore I wouldn't have to mask that little area. But you know what? That's possibly a more efficient way of approaching it for the time being. I'll put this in the blue box of bits. Um, May as well go a very wide strip. Might as well go a really wide tape because I'm going to need to do that anyway to some extent. Actually, first, how far are we talking about with a centimetre? Let's have a look. Or is it a centimetre I'm looking? Let's have a look at that as well, shall we? Now, indeed, it's a centimetre width. Take it. That's done with that green starts, I say. The other question, yeah, there's all the way around. Any? Well, now once I've got this done, masterable that. Let's see what the time is. Which is rather good. Oh no. Yeah, I am. Light. Of course, fuselage is not being great. A little bit. That should be pretty sweet reading petite by the look. To tidy it up. Then we'll just mask it all off. Shouldn't need to go too far down the fuselage really. Then yeah, boom. Now I don't want to weather the engine right now, mostly on account of when I say the engine, I'm talking about the stack end engine. I want the glue to settle down a bit first. And, but overall, very happy. Very good. All that. Oh, a couple of other things tomorrow. All right, now a bit at the front there. Boom. That just has to overlap. That's all. That's done. Options. We have options. That's what I want to do. The next step on one of the next steps on our Halifax and Lake will be the wings. So I want to make sure there's a few little bits I need to do on them, and I will do. And then again, how we're travelling for time as to what we may or may not do next. Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. Now, righty. I should also have a quick look at the propeller. And the way that's set up, there's a couple of things I think I need to do on that one actually. So that's set and ready to rock. and or roll. As you can see, we're very close. Done. Okay. Cross, cross. And then, oh, then a little bit down. Yes. There we go. And there. Good. At least on that part. Then it's just the nose cone. Right. There we go. That one done. There for the time being, just because. That was what I had the engine blocks on. Now, give me a moment whilst I locate. Where are... Ah. Yeah. Let's go. Ah. This. Very sides need to be. Just check something. I'll see if I need to do the sides or not. They go in or on? So just that goes on. Sides of that plate will need to be sky color. So, what I'll do. Uh, that actually needs to be airbrushed a different color. I might hand brush that actually, for purpose. Yeah. Side. There we go. That one. Sprue cutters. Boom. Set and ready to rock and roll. Now, next. After that, oh, almost got everything. Got another first stream, so I've got everything I wanted to get done, I think. Wow. Okay, next. Now, there was a couple of bits of painting I needed to do on some of the Halifax wheel areas, and I think there was one little touch-up I needed to do on one of the lank bits. So I think we should see about that. Well, I'll just say about that. And we shall do that very shortly. I'm going to do my hourly get up, move around, get the back moving. I'll be back very shortly, and then we'll do those little bits of painting. And sorry, I'm still very stoked with how that is. Cool. Very happy with that. I might even put that on Instagram. I'll wait till it's grimed. Alrighty. Yeah, back in a minute. Alrighty. Now, things we need to do. This was wheel stuff. Yes. So, hoist. We will. Give me a moment. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I know that. R. But, two. Yeah. Here we go. Just going to put some stuff out of the way for a moment because other stuff is buried under. There's so many kits going, I've got stuff buried everywhere. Now, there's also some stuff that I needed to touch up on the Lanc. So as we can do the wings. It's a small one. Here somewhere. Give me a moment. One of these doesn't look as pretty as the others. Which one was it? No, they're all very pretty. I seem to recall one of them had a slight not really. What's one of the other ones? Robin. So that looks okay, because there's also these struts here that we need to use. Let's have a quick look. No, pretty chipper with all of those. Alright, in that case, it's merely some Halifax work we need to do, which we'll find. Actually, there's a few things. There's a few things we can do. Give me a moment, kids. I have a plan. Now, we can do a bit of assembly, I think. Potentially. Let's just get some these parts that are not together and obviously do need to go together with something. And then there's a few little touch-ups we can do there as well. Some of them I can airbrush as touch-ups actually, but I cannot. We'll leave that discussion there. Come here. So there's those. Four. These four. That needs to be painted. While I'm at it, these need to be black. Intuition tells me they do. Parts 11 and 12. I might as well check that while I'm at it. Right. Well, let's do that, shall we? Let's do a bit of a summation of our situation. Vis-a-vis. There's a couple of touch-ups we need to do. Think of that. There's some work that needs to be done on these to some extent, or certainly that one. Because that's carg black, not black we're going to be utilising. Those two. There should be two other bits that I'm checking. Looking. Not finding. I can deal with that shit later. That's not that big an issue. That's for the black. Actually, well, as I'm looking mostly at black parts. Alright. Those other parts, I wonder. I'll get to town, I'll look around and find them on a strut somewhere, on a land somewhere. That's probably the most likely scenario, given how I operate all too often. Quick scan of the area. No. Alright. It's a bit odd. Never mind. Now, Halifax assembly sheets. Please tell me I haven't put them somewhere. Put them away anywhere? No, I have not. Good. And there was much rejoicing. So, we're looking at parts 11 and 12. If they need to be sprayed back, I may as well do them while I'm at it. Ah, that's right. They need to be assembled before going in, so we can do those. Did it? These also, I believe, need to be assembled before going in. All of that's good. Might as well just do that. Yeah. Well, pretty easy to mask that off so we can paint that. Meanwhile, 11 and 12, let's have a look at that. King. Not seeing 11 and 12 yet. Maybe they don't get used. It is not impossible. Probably there are parts like that on, but 11 and 12. They've got 11 and 12 as. Have I got that from another kit? Wouldn't have thought so. Oh, hang on. Yeah, I have. That's a link. What am I doing? That problem solved. Now. All right. So. We have 46 and 47 go together. That's a pretty easy assessment. Look at this. Yeah. That's 47, 46. That's a lot cleaner, happily. Quite nicely. I think I might wait till that's together before I add a bit neat, do a bit more of a. Well, now glue. Obviously, mask that up once it's dry. My glue's been tilted, it's probably going to piss out. Never mind. One. And there. Okay. Okay, that's better. One. File. Oh, scratchy, scratchy, scratchy. Yeah, that's curious. Both instances of this fin, there's been one part that's had extraneous sprue, whilst the other part's been absolutely sweet as. What goes on with that, I ask? Well, this really is an old bunker. There are studs, there are holes. Like, oh, a bit of vertical sprue. That's clearly not helpful. All right, let's just do it. Let's get on. Get on with that. Yeah. Sit down. There we go. Another one on. On together. Just dawned on me that 11 and 12, the being a Lancaster part, might be. There's two parts I was looking at earlier and thinking that what's up with them in. This one's going to be a bit of peg action, I reckon. Two peg action. That seriously. bigger the better. Now, I would be guessing 59 and 60 on the long ones. Correctamundo. Being 59. Is 60. Really sprue 3. Extra. Sorry, 2 seconds. So that one's to be. Any of those little ones? No, that's okay. Definitely hand file time. Actually, no, I might still see if I can get away with them with this one. This. Quite that big. They're big enough to be a pain in the ass. There's a number of little raised points here. You'd think they were there to lock stuff in. They totally aren't. They're just there to be a pain in the ass. Yeah. Better. A little bit of peg action. All right, let's do it. Once I got all this glued up, paint those. Oh wow. Maybe not anticipated. Do it. Get on glue. Definitely peg action. Now, the other ones, let's see what they're like. Okay. I'm not quite good. Right. Getting there. These will not require Wait for this to paint. Hit them with some oily stick. No, we've got natural steel. First, anyway, let's get this. Oh, it's actually not quite. Spoke too soon. There we go. Then I'll paint those. Actually do want to do the hint there as well as the colour. As well. I've got to wind up the stream. There's the plan. Oops. Daisy. There. Right. That one's better. Probably doesn't really big one treatment that data. Well, paraphrasing of the song. 2 out of 4 ain't bad. Now oily steel time. Get my protractor out. These tools out the way. Rob. Jeez. I have so much shit on my desk at the moment. I do need to sort this. I guess it's the price you pay if you're going to have a whole stack of kits going at one time. Now, okay, that. Natural steel will go actually. Yeah, I know that much. Oh, what have we here? Natural steel. Boom. Should probably also also consider, move that a bit, is where I intend to place these. Pair. It'll work. Let's get another piece. Blue tack. Drops. All right. I tell you. Now, let's just get this done and away we go. Here's brush. Roll. There's my nice thick one. Hey. There it is. The waffle is quite adequately on could have just done the color. Well, the outside of any of the aircraft I build dissimilar color, but right now. There we go. If I probably could have. All right. These out. Right. Right. Whoops a daisy. Side, then the other one. Needed a few touch-ups. And should be right to start wing assembly tomorrow. And the link one. All right. There's them. Or that one rather. We just need to do this one. We because we've got wanted to get done. Done. Like I said the first time. Oops. And fix. All right. Alrighty. Boom. Done. Now I'm going to clean my brush, of course. Now we are actually really well. We've done well, I think. Got two fuselages prepped up for black. Got our spit prepped for its Do I have it on hand? No, I don't. Whatever the other colour is called, it is prepped up for that. A team. We've got our engine completed, which I'm very happy about. So those 4 kits have had really good progress made on them, and there was much rejoicing. All right. Yeah, we're going to wind the stream up. All righty. Yeah, that's me done. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, I'm pretty pleased with what we got done today as far as prepping things and assembling things and painting things went. I think you're happy with that. I am. Yes, I am. Now, for any first-time viewers, magic button for you. Follow, like, or subscribe. Boom. What can I tell you? And if you wish to track me down on other platforms, depending on which platform you've been watching on, I'm Rob the Builder on Facebook, Twitter, Discord, and YouTube, and Robster the Builder on Instagram and Twitch. And again, follow, like, or subscribe, kids. What can I tell you? All right. Thank you very much for watching again. And I shall indeed be back tomorrow. Same kit time, same kit channel. Catch you then, kids.